The year was 1999 and it was Birmingham, when Alan Donald got run out and Lance Klusener was in tears and I was in tears and the whole nation of South Africa was in tears. And it has taken 26 years and it is just few miles down from Birmingham at Lord's, the home of cricket, that we are seeing the South African cricket getting the validation it finally needed. The South African cricket, which have been rich in history, Alan Donald to Lance Klusener to Jack Scalise to Sean Pollock, all of them would be loving this. All of the boys who played with Hansi Cronje, with Herschel Gibbs, with Graham Smith will be absolutely loving this. The AB de Villiers, the Faf du Plessis, who never thought that South Africa could get a trophy, and even the frauds like David Miller and Heinrich Klaassen, who have left South Africa, and Quinton de Kock, even they would be proud seeing this because the boys have done it, and the boys have not just done it, they've humiliated Australia. They've humiliated Australia on the big stage, and Australia should be ashamed of calling themselves a world beater. And all the reels of Ami Pagol Hoi Jabo of Pat Cummins should be banned. He has lost his legacy, Pratik. He has lost his legacy. He could not dominate in a generation where there was no clear favorites, and he lost to South Africa. This is the biggest choke. Forget South Africa choking. Pat Cummins is the biggest choker from now on in the history of world cricket. He choked versus South Africa, the chokers themselves. So we have to call Pat Cummins the biggest choker himself. Look at his tired and yawning. He's yawning on the field. This is worse than Sarfaraz Ahmed. And today I want to talk about the quota system of South Africa, which got criticized like hell. Yes, it is the quota system today that has got South Africa this win. It is Temba Bavuma who has never lost a test match in his life. It is the pride of Langa tribe, the only black tribe that took up cricket when others were fleeting to football, like Europeans, and also through rugby, like there are some Englishmen. And this is the pride of Langa tribe. This is cricket. This is how you play cricket against the champion side. And Temba Bavuma has done it. And Aiden Markram, what a player, man. I always loved his technique,
Goosebump stuff.
but I was frustrated by his inconsistencies.
Yeah.
And probably he's not the one for the white ball format. But I think his time with LSG has given him the much needed form, and he's now just come back brilliantly. And what a hundred, what a clutch hundred. Yes, we know the pitch was flat, but South Africa still needed a lot of courage. And look how they have played, Pratik. They've made 140 runs partnership at a very nice tempo.
Yeah.
I think they've played less than 220 balls and they have reached at this stage. Both partners have scored equally. They have
Yeah.
70 runs each in the partnership. And Temba Bavuma, we have to respect the great man from the Langa tribe. The little master, I told, and everyone was laughing at me today when I told he played like the little master Sachin Tendulkar, the way the shots that he played. And today he is limping. He's limping, but he's fighting. And what a leader, what an inspirational leader for South Africa. And South Africa have this WTC. And that's why I tell everyone in this group, in this cricket caviar group, don't carry reputations. If this year has not taught you anything, you will never learn. You demonized RCB, then you told Tottenham cannot win, then you
Yeah.
told Bologna cannot win, then you told Crystal Palace cannot win,
Crystal Palace. Yeah.
PSG cannot win. Each of them have won the trophy, and South Africa is going to do it on the Saturday today. And despite the great fight put up by Mitchell Stark, it was a sorry tale in the third innings. It was a massive underperformance in the third innings when you are 73 for 7. Not even God can help you. And Pat Cummins, your batting has been absolutely disappointing.
Very
And I
disappointing.
think you should quit Test cricket. And Hazelwood and Pat Cummins, I think their legacy is no more than Virat Kohli. Right now, I will say that Virat Kohli is even better than them. At least he has won Champions Trophy also.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has won T20 World Cup also. These guys have also won one T20 World Cup. So I think their legacy is nothing more than Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma. They are
Yeah.
equal to Rohit. This is the ultimate insult to Pat Cummins and Josh Hazelwood. Their legacy is now equal to Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma.
Maybe,
Yes,
maybe,
they are.
maybe they're getting
They
punished
choked.
for what they've done to Boland, right? Always
Mm,
treating him like a pedestrian bowler who is such a legendary bowler and master of his craft.
mm,
And yeah, I'm very happy that Pandits keep getting wrong Shikhar in this year and even the last year. Like Test cricket gave us some excellent series. New Zealand winning in India, Bangladesh winning in Pakistan. But more than anything else, I just want to echo your thoughts again for South Africa and for Aiden Markram. What this guy has done First man
Hmm.
to score 100 in the ICC final event. Aiden Markram,
Hmm.
what he has done, it was not easy, was never going to be easy batting against the South African. And what
Hmm.
an amazing 102 of 159 not out, showing ultimate composure and comfort at the crease. There was some stat they were showing him against Nathan Lyon. Like Nathan Lyon has never been able to get him
Hmm.
out. And that's the only bowler like he
Yeah.
has bowled 200 plus deliveries to. And we
Hmm.
always knew this guy has talent. Like again, but with our frustrations was like he was not able to deliver at the crunch stages. But he has done it big
Hmm.
time. South Africa has done it big time. You have to say they
Hmm.
came back from the dead because
Hmm.
74 was a very big lead shaker in this track on this track. Like what we saw the first 2 days of play. But this is brilliant stuff from South Africa, and credit has to be given to Temba Bavuma, who also realized himself last year that maybe he's not fit for T20 cricket. He tried to be the captain and opener in T20 cricket for a long time. That hampered South Africa. But at the right time, he
Hmm.
decided to give his services in Test cricket, and he fits there perfectly. And he's actually playing like little master in this Test match so far.
Yeah, I mean, look at Temba Bavuma's career. It has not been great. He made his debut in 2016. Until 2023, I think he had only two test centuries. Yes, he had some good fighting innings. I remember 2021, his partnership with Dean Elgar and that match where Keegan Peterson also fought well in that series. So, but he's been disappointing. But I think with this WTC cycle, when he became full-time captain after Dean Elgar's retirement, it has been a complete turnaround, like how he has played in the series versus West Indies, beat Bangladesh, beat Sri Lanka, beat Pakistan. They needed to win all the games, and Temba has delivered big time. The injuries have always been a major concern in his career, but I am so glad he will be lifting the golden lollipop uh, tomorrow. And what a vindication for South Africa. Just want to say the pitch is really, I mean, disappointing. I mean, the pitch. I know now the English press is going to make this pitch like, yeah, they got their dream of seeing Australia lose in England, so they are going to now hail this pitch as the Mother Mary of all pitches. But this is disappointing that you get 2 days of chaos, and the
Yeah.
basically the toss just decided the result here. And this was a typical baseball kind of pitch where Ben Stokes always wants to chase, and South Africa got the advantage of winning the toss. And yeah, I mean, even they got the selections wrong, I think, with Dane Pattison, who could have been very handy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lungi and Giri did pick 3 wickets, 3 crucial wickets. But again, today, I think they started terribly. I mean, Rabada gifted them this wicket of Nathan Lyon. But after that, the whole session was dominated by Australia, by Mitchell Stark, who just kept on batting. And Lungi and Giri was not introduced for 1 hour. Then
Mm.
why the hell did you pick him? Yeah, there were some flaws in the captaincy, but I think Cummins was the worst captain because he picked Cameron Green, who is not bowling fit. Then why the hell did you pick him? You could have picked Sam Constas, you could have picked Scott Boland, but no, you picked Cameron Green, who got two near ducks in both innings, and he didn't even bowl a single delivery. So I think that was a wrong selection from Australia, and they paid for it. Yeah, and Boland
Another,
totally deserved to be here
yeah.
because of what he has done. But yeah, unfortunately, I mean, but you can't say that, you can't blame Australia for non-selection of Boland, because anyone, like 99 out of 100 people, will probably say that these three are our top bowlers, which you
No,
can't
but
say
in
for
the
Lungi and
hindsight,
Giri.
just saying in the hindsight, they could have picked him in place of Cameron Green or maybe one of the
Yeah.
all-rounders. In the hindsight, like yeah, because he's been a total
Yes.
flop show. And that playing at the number three spot.
I
So
think they were afraid of their batting frailties, Pratik. So they have been collapsing a lot recently, and they just thought, what if we collapse? We need an
yeah,
extra batter. So they played Cameron Green, and it
and
was a
again, it
defensive
proved
move.
how much Travis Head is also important for any side he plays for. Like if he doesn't score, their side mostly loses. That's again. But another thing I want to acknowledge South Africa for Shikhar, they were the more sincere team. Like you have to admit, they were more sincere and desperate for this win. You can see even in the first innings
Mm.
when they were collapsing, but they tried very hard. Even Rabada was surprised. Like he tried to attack, and the first ball he plays, he gets caught on the field. But Australia, if you remember, in the second innings came a little bit complacent. They surely were.
Mm.
I wanted to see more efforts from Australia, like it is a final. Why were they not
Mm.
serious about posting a 350 total? Is shocked me. The way
Mm.
these people got out, especially even Steve Smith. He had to be
Yeah,
there
I mean,
all the time.
they could have tried to do a South Africa. Basically, what South Africa did on day one, they played out. Even if they lost 4 wickets, they played out that day one. So I
Yeah,
think surely more efforts could have been made to play out. And knowing that there will be good conditions today, day three will be flat pitch. I think
it
they
was
could
only
have
the
tried
resistance
more.
of Mitchell Stark. Otherwise, the game would have been over. If they
Yeah,
got 150 all
even
out, the game would have been over today.
even Carey yesterday, I think he just lost concentration after seeing
Yeah.
Maharaj, and if he could have also stuck around, I am sure they could have added maybe 50, 100 runs
Yeah,
more
you
today.
have to
The
blame the
pitch
player
was,
who gets settled in England because it happens always.
yeah.
Like only one or two batters in an innings shine in England, and once you have that start, you have to make it
Hmm.
count. Like Markram did today, only play to score 100
Yeah.
in this test. So
Yeah, I mean, I think Khwaja is a lot to blame because he's the one, and Marnus Labuschagne, both of them. I mean, Labuschagne has had a terrible, terrible cycle. And Khwaja, if you see after Bumrah's performance, he has not been able to come out of that shell.
yeah,
Their job was to take the game into fourth day today and make Australia bat on good conditions, but they couldn't even survive few overs. I mean, Rabada was brilliant, and we were calling for Rabada to win a trophy. And this time he has won SA20 also, and he is now going to win the WTC also. And this is totally a deserved victory. I told you, people were blaming the fixtures of South Africa that they no, they are lucky to be in final. Look,
yeah,
where is the lucky now?
yes.
Where is your WTC bias now that it's not a proper format? Look
And
what South Africa is doing on the big stage, and they totally deserve to be here, and they totally deserve to win this WTC final. So don't carry out your frustrations, especially Indian fans, since India could not
and just
reach
don't
the
declare the
WTC.
results before the match starts. Everyone was like, "Why is South Africa participating
Hmm.
in this and all that bullshit?" Like seriously, this is a very big
I
achievement by South
mean,
Africa.
yeah, man, why these perceptions are carried around? I know. I mean, see, this is a test cricket. It's not a one-day game, and it's not your day. It's not. It takes one day. Like the one day World Cup tagline was, it takes one day. It takes 3 to 4 days a year. You can have ups and downs. You can come back. Like someone was telling me today in a other group that South Africa already choked 3 times in 3 innings. Yes, they did choke, but they didn't choke in the fourth innings. So they played perfectly, and
Yeah,
according the conditions helped them. That they had the luck of course Steve Smith, if he had caught Temba Bavuma and not dislocated his finger, we never knew what could have happened. But South Africa got the rub of the green. Yesterday they were unlucky. They didn't know where their slip cordon was going to be.
yeah,
And today they got that luck, and the luck fluctuates across the 3 4 days. So you can't call anyone lucky. So I think South Africa totally deserved this,
yeah.
and this is much needed for the nation of South Africa.
And that's why being an opener is very hard. What Markram did is remarkable because it's very difficult to just be that guy like, hey, I'm going to stand here. I'm not going getting out today for my team. Actually, Shikhar, if I recall just 3 years ago on the same ground, the conditions had become better when England came to save the match. Remember 2 sessions, but Virat Kohli, like the way he
Mm.
trooped Siraj and Bumrah,
Yeah.
we got that win, right? And that day also pitch was not doing a much. It was the batsman who made mistake in pressure. And South
Mm.
Africa did walk into a lot of pressure today when the chase was 282, when they
Mm.
lost that
Mm.
early wicket again today. But
Yeah.
credit to Markram, even though the conditions were good for batting, but still not coming under the pressure, trying to build partnerships. It was a and
I think
Shikhar,
some tactical errors by Pat Cummins, which I saw, is that Temba Bavuma actually captained very intelligently. He kept the deep point, deep square leg throughout the match and did not allow free flow of runs. Yes, they were
mm,
taking singles, like yesterday, Carey was taking some singles freely, but the boundaries were not flowing. But today,
yeah,
how they started, I thought with the new ball, you saw so many boundaries go. Like in the first 7 overs, 39 runs were scored just like that without even losing a wicket, or they lost 1 wicket, but okay, they still scored 39 runs. And even Vian Mulder, who should have been under pressure coming at 9 for 1, he actually was playing with lot of intent, which
yeah,
was lacking in the first day, because they were really nervous, and they scored some 40 runs in maybe 20 overs that time. And today they scored in 20 overs, they scored 85 runs or something. So
yeah.
that is the difference in intent. And this partnership also went at 4 runs per over. I think it was a brave South Africa that came out today. They were not intimidated. They knew that they had this team 73 for 7, so an extra 63 runs is not going to make
Yes.
a hell
So
of a
if
difference.
just
Many
imagine if
people
one
were
of the
saying that,
batters was there alongside Stark today morning, they would have made
hmm,
150 extra runs or something.
Yeah, many people were saying now ye difference ho jayega. This will be the difference. This 63 runs will
Hmm.
the by Stark will be the difference. Arey, it's not like that. That this will be the difference. That will be the difference. I mean, if you lose a game, in hindsight, everything can be a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, but obviously, I think this pitch was great for batting. Even Stark batted on the same pitch, and he was looking very comfortable. He scored his first 15 since 2019. So why not Markram and Bavuma? Why not they can score
Yeah.
on this pitch? And obviously, I think yeah, the English pitch is going to be. This is the nature of the English pitch, and you have to believe that you can take the game to day 4, day 5, and get advantage of this pitch. Otherwise, you know, even in the first innings, I think Australia showed some carelessness with the bat, and
Hmm.
captaincy from Cummins was absolutely poor. They are
So
not the best team of this generation. It's proven
I
now,
have,
and people who are
I have two
worshipping them in
questions.
India
Hmm.
should actually realize now that they should not be worshipped. They are just normal cricketers who won good. They are good cricketers
Yeah.
who won some trophies, but they are not the 1980s West Indies and the 1990s Australia, 2000s Australia. They
No
are
way.
not of that caliber. Today, it again actually felt like Gabba and Sydney of 2021 when there was variable bounce available. But these same three attack, same trio of attack, Cummins, Stark, and Hazelwood were struggling to get Rishabh Pant and Shubman Gill out and
Yeah. Yeah.
Pant and Pujara out. So it felt like the same. They could not even get Hanuma Vihari and Ashwin out in
Yeah.
that match. So it felt like the same. So this bowling attack is not a world best. They have good statistics, yeah, but they are not the world best. I mean, this is a pure choke from Australia. So this is the
It
biggest choke of this
it
century.
feels like a joke, especially also lack of effort. Like again, one points to share and then one question for you. So some people were also saying why captain is making Rabada bowl so much. I think Shikhar, it's bowler is saying that I
Hmm.
want to bowl that much. So I don't think you should blame
Hmm.
captain. And also this is test cricket. This is going to be
Hmm.
hard, and this might create a player to not play a match for 3 months. But if he is out
Hmm.
there wanting to give his best, why are you
Hmm.
discouraging him? I know Bumrah went out for India. That was very sad,
Hmm.
but we have seen
Hmm.
such efforts. Shamar Joseph in his
No,
first match,
Pratik, there are
he,
two. I will answer this
but
question. So there
just
are two
one
more.
question is why Pat Cummins bowled 10 overs out of 56? That was the question. Only 10
Yeah,
overs.
see, I'll say Rabada first on the Rabada part. I think, see, this was the last wicket that they had to take today. And obviously, he was their best bowler. He was outrightly their best bowler. Okay, I'm not discrediting Lungi and Giddy, and now you guys are worshipping him like he took some 10 wickets or something. But he took 3 wickets only. Yes, they were
उसमें भी
important wickets.
पैड पे लग के ball went to the stumps the two
जो
times.
भी है ठीक है credit to him for those 3 wickets, but they are not of the caliber of Rabada. Beat Jansen, who bowled very poorly, and he's the second strike bowler after Rabada. He bowled really poorly to Stark today. And in fact, they were showing the graphics that none of his ball to Stark actually hit the stumps. So all his balls, he bowled 7 to 8 overs today. All his
He
balls
only
were
bowled
off the
well on
stump.
day one first session actually. Yes, honestly, yeah. Only first
Yeah,
session.
he took only Labuschagne to Labuschagne. He bowled well. After that, yeah, he didn't bowl well. So the point is, Rabada had to bowl. But what they could have done on the other end, they could have changed instead of bowling Mulder and Jansen bowled a long spell also. They could
Yeah,
have brought in Ngidi at that time. So I think that they should have rotated from the other end, which they did not do. For 1 hour, Rabada kept on bowling, and then Ngidi came, and then he also bowled a spell. He didn't take any wicket.
yeah.
And then finally, Markram hits the guy who's the actual savior. He comes and he takes that wicket off. And commentators were crying that give Markram the bowling because
Hmm.
two left-handers are batting, and Markram is an off spinner. So
And
commentators
he
were
already
asking for it,
taken
but
Steve Smith actually in this test. So yeah.
and on the Pat Cummins part, I think in the second innings he was just not on today because I don't know what he was expecting Nathan Lyon to do. See, this pitch had some variable bounce, but it has not deteriorated enough for Nathan Lyon to play a part. I mean, he
10
has
overs
bowled
is
maybe
very less.
17
That's
or
my
18.
point. 10 overs out of 56 is less for a premium bowler who's a captain and this is a final. Like,
And even I didn't like see in the first innings what he did. He made Stark bowl 7 overs in
hmm,
consecutively 7 overs, but here he made Hazelwood bowl 7 overs. Hazelwood is the bowler who needs some kind of bounce from the pitch. This pitch had no bounce. It was a
yeah,
low pitch. Ball was not carrying to the slips or the keeper. So I think Stark should have bowled. He should have put in the extra effort. And Stark is your big moment player. Now he delivered with the bat. He delivered in the first innings, taking Markram's wicket. he should have pushed Stark to bowl, and even that chance of Temba Bavuma was created by Stark. So I think Stark could have bowled more. That was a very big tactical error by
Yeah.
Pat Cummins at
He
the
bowled
start,
9 overs,
and
even less than Cummins, even though he's picked 2 wickets. Yeah,
yeah, he should have also bowled more. I think he expected Nathan Lyon to do some kind of magic here, which never happened. And I'm surprised that Cameron Green did not bowl. At least he could have, if he could have bowled, I'm sure he could have been able to
no, if they would have
pick
been
a
able to
wicket.
pick a wicket, right, then maybe bowling Lion would have made sense. Like you can put close fielders and try to
Hmm.
create pressure. But because he did not get any wicket, I
Hmm.
actually wanted to bowl Cummins and create that magic ball, right? Like he has that ability
Hmm.
to suddenly bring a magic
Hmm.
ball that will just shatter the stumps. But I was sad to see him only trying for 10 overs himself. Yeah, and
Hmm.
there was one
I,
more chance, Shikhar. Actually, if you remember the ball, like the
hmm.
guy, this guy plays an aerial shot, and the ball just lands front of Sam Constas in the deep. Like that was also one lucky thing
Yeah.
that South Africa got in their favor today. But
Yeah, I mean, luck was there definitely, but yesterday also we saw catch drops
yeah,
from Jansen. We saw a lot of balls falling short of the slip cordon. But I think Cummins was just not on for this second innings. It
yeah,
again gave me that Gabba feel again, and uh, at least that time, I am happy also for South Africa. Also, that time I was very happy.
correct.
But yeah, I
And
mean,
one
just
question, because you mentioned India should learn from this. So, what is an ideal opener's role here in England, Shikhar? Because we saw one way Marnus Labuschagne is playing, right? Like he's playing a Pujara role,
Hmm.
and then other ways Markram. Like yes, he'll get out on zero, but also sometimes he'll just play a knock like this. So, how should an opener should play? Like if KL is watching, or if say English opener or other people are watching.
See, definitely you should have a balance. You should have a balance because you can't play the way Ryan Rickelton also played
Mm,
because he was going for a cover drive every ball.
mm,
You can't play like Ryan Rickelton, but yeah, Markram had that balance. Markram. I said yesterday to Manisha also, he had the technical capabilities on this kind of a surface. He's gets troubled by his bounce a little bit, but maybe in his home conditions he's not as good as batsman. But these conditions were perfect because he's a good player of spin. When the ball is slow, coming slow, he actually can make that adjustment. So
mm,
I think he maintained a good balance. He kept on taking the scorecard because that's the most important thing. You cannot get bogged down. I remember one innings by Shan Masood who scored 100 maybe in COVID times during versus
mm.
Pakistan. He was playing as an opener then. He
Versus
was
England.
not captain like he is now. Yeah, so that time also he just kept on running single on every ball. And today you saw Temba Bavuma was limping, but they were running for everything.
Yeah, especially
I
when
don't think
Lion was
even
on,
one run
they
was
gave many
compromised.
singles. Even when Lion was on,
Yeah.
they gave many singles,
I
easy
don't think
singles.
even one run was compromised. I don't know if Temba is faking that injury or he's really injured, but they didn't compromise on even a single run. They ran twos, they ran singles, they
I
ran
remember last
everything.
2 3 years, he's been limping, limping, limping.
Yeah, he's always got some injury. It's that, big butt factor actually. You get injured because of that. That
But
big
yeah,
butt is going to lift the WTC. But yeah, man, it's
very close,
been
very close.
disappointing because I wanted a entertaining match. If this would have been 4 wickets down or 3 wickets,
Oh, it
and
would have been
not 3 wickets,
mouth-watering, like 80, 76 runs and six
I
wickets.
mean,
Yeah.
no one would have missed tomorrow. No one would have missed tomorrow if it was 4 wickets down. I
Mm,
remember one test match where India played Virat and versus England, where India were in a similar situation. They were chasing 208 or something, and
First,
Virat and Hardik Pandya
first
were
test
batting.
match.
And
Yeah,
yes, and then 208, and then they lost 2018. I think that was
yeah.
the
They lost by
season.
40 runs margin. Very sad.
But
Yeah.
they lost by 40 runs, and Virat got out to Ben Stokes
And
and
even though
some
he
random
scored a
things
famous hundred
happened.
in the first innings, I think that 100 went in vain because he got out in the second innings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
I
felt
mean,
actually
so
similar vibe yesterday when Steve Smith got out. Actually, you could see his face also. Like he realized, yes, maybe I got out at the wrong time, 40 for four, and it actually paid heavily because again, it's the way Steve Smith was batting in the first
See,
innings. Markram,
Steve
you
Smith
can't even
can't do it
compare the way
alone.
Steve Smith was playing those cut shots, so comfortable in these kind of conditions, tricky conditions. So he had to play a bigger knock in the second innings.
It cannot always be Steve Smith saving your ass.
Yeah, yeah.
So others have to step in. Even for South Africa, you saw that in the first innings. Okay, Markram failed, but he came out in the second innings playing well. Uh, so Bedingham played very well in the first innings. He may not be needed in the second innings.
Mm.
But you can't bank on one batsman of your team.
Yeah.
That's how India lost the entire 90s cricket with Sachin Tendulkar. Right? You can't depend on one batsman.
Mm.
Travis Head is equally, if he's not, he's the one of the senior batsmen. He
Yeah.
should have played a role here.
And
Khwaja is
Jigar,
such a
Cameron
senior
Green
player,
game I
played so
have
much
seen, I
cricket in
don't think it's the
England.
right position for Cameron Green, number three. He's a good player for 4, 5, 6. I don't think that's like too early for Cameron Green.
I mean, if he was not going to bowl, then why the hell did you play him? You could have played Sam Constas. He could have scored a
Or Josh
350
Inglis.
and given you
Sam
an
Constance or Josh
advantage.
Inglis, absolutely in the top order, just try to go for some runs. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Constas played your last test match, so you definitely, I think Sam Constas was the favorite to start. But this is just, I mean, yeah, man, South Africa have totally outplayed, even
Brilliant.
with this bowling lineup, which is completely inferior to Australia. They have outplayed Australia. Of course, they got the toss. I think that toss was huge, Pratik, because the toss changed everything. They chose to bowl first, and Australia would have never chosen to bowl first. They would have still batted, no matter how overcast the conditions. But I think the conditions totally changed with the sun beating down today. In fact, someone was saying that there have been some sunstrokes in London. It's so hot today in
Yeah,
London.
yeah.
Even the
We
temperature shows 28
we could
degrees. It's
see
very hot.
the crowd that was watching. They were like were trying to get some shade of
Hmm.
the newspaper or something. It was quite hot. But again, because Manisha didn't join, I'll just repeat one more time. The winning hundred. We saw the wife was crying. We saw the Sean Pollock has nervousness in his voice as he wanted to celebrate, but celebrating cautiously. South
Hmm.
Africa still need another 76 runs, if I believe correctly, and 69 runs. Yeah, 69 runs. What a beautiful number! And they will be a little bit cautious, and it looks like a South Africa win. Hopefully, that will happen tomorrow. But we also want to see some
Yeah,
fight from Hazelwood or Cummins.
I want to say Dale Steyn was actually writing yesterday that we believe when Australia were 73 for 7 and everyone was trolling him after Alex Carey played that knock and Mitchell Stark played that knock because everyone was like, these runs are very important. These runs are very important. And even Nitin in our group was, oh, these runs are so important. This to 17 runs ka partnership ho gaya. Oh my God, these runs are so important. But it's egg on the face of the cricket fans because they are carrying their perception and what this year has taught us with RCB and now with South
Yeah.
Africa you can't see every game is an individual event. Yes, there is some mental. See, South Australia are better skilled, no doubt. They have better skills, they have better records. But every game has its own. And Test cricket, you can't choke. You have three,
And
four
that's why
days
we
to
love
come
Test
back.
cricket because
That's
it
all.
always gives an opportunity for other side to come back. And this is very good seesaw game actually. In many times the momentum
Hmm.
fluctuated. So
And and yesterday 2 days were chaotic with 14
mm,
wickets falling each, and today 4 wickets have fallen.
yeah,
So South Africa were calm enough that yeah, there have been chaos, but they understood today the pitch is totally different. We are going to
mm.
score at 4 runs per over. Even that needs some kind of maturity for you to think that way,
Yeah, because
because
in the first innings
there
they
will be
scored 2 runs in over. So to double the run rate in the
yeah.
next over needs some courage and good batting, which they did today.
Yeah, they understood the pitch is flattened out. Mitchell Stark is batting. See, many teams would have just thought, oh my God, Mitchell Stark has scored so many runs now. What to do now? We are at back foot. But they understood, Mitchell Stark. That's how you should see, play Test cricket. They saw that, oh, Mitchell Stark, who has not got a 50 in
Mm,
fucking 6 years, is now scoring a 50. So why can't Aiden Markram score 100? And Aiden
yeah.
Markram did that. So,
We did discuss
uh,
yesterday that if there is only one guy who needs to make big runs and can serve South Africa is Aiden Markram. So he actually bailed them out. And Shikhar,
hmm.
after this test, if they win tomorrow, obviously, AB de Villiers will also get a lot of other calls like, hey, can you come and support in the finals? Because he has become the new Lucky Charm guy. He held RCB win and with his presence, he's now carrying South Africa. And now I won't be surprised if in the Major League finals, with another league that just started, some team will call him as their ambassador. He's out there
Yeah,
having fun with his kids. Have you
Class,
seen those reels?
Klassen is playing there. He may call him because I mean it's good. Yeah, I really feel Herschel Gibbs was tweeting. So many South Africans are involved. They've been waiting for this, and this crowd is so pro South African. Like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
I just
And they
take
were
note
mostly
before
down the
this
first
test
two
match.
days. Actually, just today I'm seeing more flags and they're actually making noise. But they were a little bit down the
Because
first 2 days.
South Africa has so many expat population living in England. We
Yeah.
know that so many people actually play county cricket for England and then go on to play for England. So they have a big expat population in South Africa. But there's also the story of black men of South Africa who have been not treated maybe as fairly. I mean, hats off to Makhaya Antony. We are taking the names of all these legends
Yeah.
of South Africa, but we are not taking the name of Makhaya Antony. I think
But
today
Rabada might be their
they will be.
greatest, Shikhar. I mean, I know there are some big names, Pollock,
Hmm.
Alan Donald. He's actually passed Alan Donald now in the number of wickets tally.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he's
He was
unbelievably good, man. He's right up there with Bumrah and Wasim Akram.
he
Like
was
great.
asked about that Alan Donald record, and he said that these are all just records, and what I want is to win, and that's the right attitude. He just
Yeah.
played for the win. And today morning, he took that wicket of line that was so crucial. He
Yeah.
has totally outpulled everyone in this test. Both innings, he absolutely deserved a 10 for. I mean,
Yeah.
South Africa tried their best to that he takes a 10 wicket haul. But okay, he will be happy with this 9 wicket haul. Maybe Markram got 100, but I think this 9 wicket haul is the one that set up this. And
Yeah.
he absolutely has been a legend. For when he started his ODI career, he defended 9 runs versus MS Dhoni in some ODI, and I thought, what a bowler, man! This is a star for the
Yeah.
future. And finally, he has delivered for South Africa. So many legends have played for South Africa. Such strong teams played, which batted till 11 number with Lance Klusner coming at 9, Jack Scalise being
Yeah.
a bowler, full time bowler, Sean Pollock a brilliant all rounder. But it is this team that is going to make history after 27 years. I
I
think
would say
this is going
34
to be a
years,
big
man. They
tournament.
have been cursed since 1991. They have been cursed since the inception. This will be huge for South
Yeah.
African cricket.
I mean, yeah, you can't call Champions Trophy a big event. Like they won that,
Exactly.
but it was like no one even knew about Champions Trophy. It was just a first tournament then, and it was not even called Champions Trophy.
Knockout. Yeah.
But
Something. Yeah.
ICC knockout. So now this is and see, even New Zealand broke their duck with Test cricket.
Yeah.
And this is the format that allows. And I'm so disappointed that next 1 year South Africa has no home cricket because they are going to play SA20. They are going to actually. The official statement they are giving is they are going to remake their stadiums for 2027 ODI World Cup. But I wish South Africa play more Test cricket. I mean,
I mean,
see,
these
they were
players
a
can
bit.
still take domestic cricket seriously. I mean, they were saying Rabada hasn't
Mm,
played a domestic match since 2019, so maybe they can still practice
mm.
through that domestic uh, circuit. But yeah, what a day,
Yeah.
man! And tomorrow might be historic as South Africa might lift this World Test Championship, and we'll have three unique winners. Actually, even
Mm.
I thought it will be two times for South Australia, but yeah, amazing fight back from South Africa.
Yeah, that will only show that I mean, nobody dominates Test cricket, and nobody has the team to totally dominate Test cricket. And I think that is a fair assessment of this generation. I think these three have been very good teams. Like New Zealand, also many of the people accuse they only win at home,
Yeah,
and but they also proved
in the
that
finals,
they won
big
their.
time. Mm,
Yeah, they won that finals, and India totally choked in that final.
mm.
And and they won in India. So they people were saying because only the final is in England, so New Zealand have got the advantage. Now who had the advantage?
Right.
Australia and South Africa were on the same kind of pitches in both the countries. So
Yeah,
who had the advantage? So nobody had the advantage. So I think this neutral venue thing is still fair as
yeah.
long as you're doing. As long as England is not qualifying, you can still have that final in England, and I think it's quite fair for both the teams. Whoever comes and wins, it's a legitimate tournament. It's a legitimate trophy. And
Yeah.
Ben Stokes can't say that I don't understand the concept of it. That is totally a bullshit, and you
This
should
is a
know
great
who
idea,
said that.
Shikhar. So I'm thinking like if say England qualify with another white team, then maybe they should be tested in Asian
That's
conditions. Like
your dream. That's your dream, which is never not going to come true. Yeah, yeah. But go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, no, I'm saying like if two countries, white countries qualify just like this, but England is qualifying, so maybe they should be tested in Asia then for the finals, something like they need to be more proactive
Yeah,
with this.
I mean that would be great actually. That
But
would
my
be
dream is
great. So
actually yeah, seeing like a team like West Indies or someone qualifying in the finals. But which can happen now.
Yeah, West Indies. So, Abhi,
Roaston
so I
chase.
want actually more teams to come. Zimbabwe should come in. They are playing lot of Test cricket this year. They have shown some good signs also. Like they fought well versus England. They fought well
Yeah.
in some other countries also. Ireland also they were close to winning.
We
Ireland
talked about
won
the
last game.
separation, right? Tier 1 and tier 2. Maybe
Yeah,
that should happen, and even Afghanistan and Ireland should get a chance in tier 2 then.
yeah, it could be
Because if
but
they have
wow.
the test license, then why are you not counting them anywhere in this point system, right? They should also.
But think about South Africa, and I would certainly want to visit South Africa one day. And think about their
Where would you like
wine
to watch
salaries.
the match? Johannesburg or Cape Town?
Yeah, man, it's I love the wine celeries in Peter Maritzburg, and today they were drinking that wine. All the players' wives, they were doing
Yeah,
cheers. So it was so interesting to see because there is a lot of wine culture in South Africa. So there is a stadium called Paarl, which is near to the wine capital of South Africa, and it's also the capital of gold and diamond. So you have big
you
gold
always
mines and
pick a
diamond
different answer.
mines in South Africa, and people will be jumping on the Table Mountain, and those wine celeries will be flowing today. People will, because Pratik, I so wanted this revival of cricket in South Africa because rugby they have won 4 world titles. They are the most. They are the Australia of rugby. They are the Australia of rugby, and Australia is the South Africa of rugby. So it's
Yeah.
the opposite there. And
So in the early 2000s,
now
South Africa was my favorite team. Lance Klusener, Jack Callis, so many characters, and
Marshall Gibbs,
we just
my
haven't
favorite
seen
player.
that seriousness in the last 5 to 10 years. But again, this is the resurrection for South African
And
cricket.
all these people who are deciding for international retirement, they will feel the pain that why we left South African cricket
Oh
for
yeah,
our
when these
franchise
guys
cricket.
celebrate tomorrow, they should feel that pain. Like, hey, we couldn't be part of that celebration. Yes,
Yeah, I think only David Miller deserves true happiness because he's at least stuck with South African cricket team. Although, okay, Test cricket was not his cup of tea, but at least he stuck with them. But this Glasson and Quinton de Kock and all of these guys, Dean Elgar, I was really shocked why he left.
yeah, yeah. I wish Dean Elgar
December
was
was
also
his.
here. I'm glad Amla is there to see this. But yeah, I wish Dean
That,
Elgar.
I think that generation of South African team in 2010s, they were world number one also.
Yeah,
They had the golden lollipop also. They beat India in India.
that
They
three
were
four
1-1
five
in India.
Callis Amla ABD. Wow, man, like that middle order
Callis,
ball was
you
unbelievable.
remember that series when Amla kept on batting and batting in India? Callis
Yeah.
and Amla, they were just
And then if you
batting, and
remember
then
in around 2010, even Mark Boucher would not get out easily. He will also be very good batter.
yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, all these players who have stuck with South Africa, they've made them number one. That era of ABD, Faf du Plessis,
Graham
Amla,
Smith,
Callis,
he contributed a
Graham
lot to
Smith,
South African cricket.
Neil Mackenzie also got 100 in Chennai or double hundred in Chennai.
Nicky
So all
Boy,
these
he
guys,
was the only spinner I